just talking about how I got into it and just a little bit of like X-Men related content. So there's no like real topic I'd say for this video. Just talking about whatever I want to X-Men related. So how I got into it, like what media I consumed and why I love them so much, I guess. Sorry, I went to go get some earrings just because I felt like, I don't know, something was lacking. Okay, so as I mentioned in my comic book video, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I got into Marvel, like media, like movies and stuff, pretty young. I was like 6 or 7, because I think that was when my dad started letting my brother kind of watch like Marvel stuff, I guess. So whenever my brother got stuff, I gotta watch stuff. I think my brother was like 9. Maybe I'm wrong though. Like, I'd known of like superheroes. I'd known of Spider-Man because my brother liked Spider-Man, and I knew of characters, but I never actually watched the videos, or not the videos, but the movies, because I don't know if my dad just thought they had like a little bit of violence in them, which I don't think they did anything to me, but I don't know who can say like I'm fine with like kind of gory-ish like shows and stuff. Like they don't bother me that much. There's only a few scenes of like Marvel media that have like irked me, and it's always stuff to do with eyes. I don't know why, but that one scene in Avengers where Loki like the first Avengers where Loki like gets the eye of that person to like, oh no, that is too much for me. And there's one scene in Daredevil where some guy like throws himself on a fence. It's eye stuff for me. I don't know why. That's where it crosses a line. Okay, moving on from that gross stuff. So, sorry, a car just went by really fast by my house. So I was introduced to Marvel media, like movies, very young, and I just started watching all of them once my dad gave me permission. Started watching them all, like, so I don't know what X-Men movies were out, but ever since then, like, that I was allowed to watch them, I watched the stuff in theaters. So the Fox X-Men movies actually have a very, like, they're very comforting to me to watch. I know some people aren't the biggest fans of them, but I like to each their own, right? Like, if you like them, you like them. If you don't like them, you don't like them. I can't even remember, like, the most recent ones. I think it's maybe The Dark Phoenix. I guess that one I wasn't a big fan of, just because, I don't know, it felt lacking. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, one of my favorite characters, he isn't like really my favorite in all of Marvel, but in the X-Men movies, Quicksilver, played by Evan Peters, is like my favorite character. Like, I don't know why, but I love him so much. I have a sticker on my water bottle. Like, yeah, maybe I'll show that later, but I don't know, I just love him, and I was really mad because he seemed like he was playing like a bigger part, and in that last movie, he just kind of got like tossed to the side, so that made me a little mad. But also I've seen New Mutants, and I felt like that movie, I was very disappointed because Magic is one of my favorite X-Men characters. I think the reason why she's one of my favorites is because when I was younger, I played this game called Contest of Champions. It's like a Marvel fighting game. I don't play it anymore. I played it for like a year and I stopped. My brother and like some of my family members still play to this day. Like, they've been playing for like 8 years or however long the game is out. But when I got into that game, I saw Magic and I was like, she's gorgeous. Like, I want to be her. So I think that's one of the reasons that I started liking her so much, was that I saw how she looked and I was like, oh my gosh, she has long hair, she has blonde hair, she's so pretty. Yeah, I don't know, I just thought she was really cool. Because as a kid, I had very short hair. Like, my hair, since it's curly, it doesn't grow that fast, so I was like, anyone with long hair, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I like love like your, like, whatever they were. Like, I love who you are as a person. I love like was a kid because she had long hair. Yeah, some really stupid, but okay. So yeah, I got into the movies, and I have actually, my parents got me and my brother a collection of like the X-Men movies. I can go see if I can actually find that right now. I'll be okay. I went and grabbed the X-Men collection of what me and my brother used to watch. I think I'd seen some of the movies before we got this collection. Maybe I hadn't though, because I think I started off mainly with like the Avengers movies and like Iron Man, Captain America, all that, the stuff that had come out before I was able to watch them. And then yeah, watch these countless times. Like I've seen all of the like the movies in here many times. So we have like just X-Men, and then we have X-Men or X2, X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men First Class. I loved First Class. I loved it. I thought it was great. X-Men Days of Future Past, and then X-Men Apocalypse. So when I was little, as if I'm not young still, okay, when I was first getting into these, X-Men Apocalypse honestly might have been my favorite. Like, I just thought the scenes in it were so cool. I don't know. I think my opinion has changed. I think now I'd say First Class is my favorite. But yeah, so I like grew up watching these. I've watched these countless times, and I've seen the other ones. I don't even know how many more there are, but I just remember I was confused, honestly, because these movies, they're very out of order, and so I was like, what's going on? Like in one movie. Sorry, I think my mom is downstairs, and our garage door literally makes it sound like we're having an earthquake. Like it's a lot. But as I was saying, like, oh my god, I don't even know what I was saying. That's bad. Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know how many more movies are not in this that are like X-Men. I've watched like the Wolverine Origins. That movie scared me when I was younger. I'm gonna be honest, like the backstory of Wolverine, like in like getting his like adamantium claws, that scared me when I was younger. Him like getting under, like, I swear the water was like green. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but I swear the water was like green and it was like scary. I wasn't a big fan of that. So this is what I watched a lot. Like, there we go again. This is what I watched a lot. This was a very good Christmas gift. I think it was Christmas. Me and my brother got this. My brother also was a very big like inspiration for my like love for Marvel and X-Men and all that stuff. I think the main switch where it happened, where my brother likes like everything Marvel, which I do too. But where it switched, like I really like X-Men, was maybe around COVID and a little bit after COVID, like 2 years ago. So during COVID, me and my brother started watching like the X-Men, the animated series. I liked the animated series. I think it was on Disney Plus, and that's when like Disney Plus was like just getting released, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, all this streaming content. Like, so me and my brother watched that, like the first like 2 seasons, and then we kind of stopped. We were watching a bunch of different shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We rewatched, I think, every single Marvel movie that had come out and was on a streaming platform. Oh my god, my voice just like got loud, sorry. We watched every single like Marvel movie, I think 3 times over the span of COVID. We were like, we had nothing better to do. Instead of branching out, we just stuck with watching what we knew we liked. We branched out a little bit, but that's like not Marvel related, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But most of it was Marvel, like. So we watched those movies a bunch more. Sorry for all the cuts. My parents are going from room to room to room, slamming doors. Or just in this house, it sounds like they're slamming doors, and it's like all they're doing is just closing it. So, what you gonna do? So the next thing I have is this X-Men patch. I don't know where to put it. I have a backpack that I take like sometimes. It's like a small one that has like a few patches on it. So I was like, maybe I should put it on there. But I'm like, what if I want to put it somewhere else when I could just buy another one? I think this was off of Etsy. I've been too scared to put it on anything because I like it so much, but what purpose is it gonna do just sitting in my bedside like table right here? Nothing. So I need to put it on something before I get too mad at myself. But so me and my brother watched the first like 2 seasons of the animated series on Disney Plus, and then we like stopped. We moved on to like something else. Sorry, my glasses were bothering me. So we moved on to something else, and I started watching it maybe like 2 years ago. I started watching the animated series, and while I was watching it, like they were talking about X-Men 97, and I was so excited because I had like almost been done with the series, and I was like, this is perfect. Like I can't believe how perfect of timing this is. Like I just watched this show and they're now making like new episodes. So I was super excited for X-Men 97, and I'm gonna go a little bit into like the characters now. So in X-Men 97, there's like a bunch of like different background characters, but the main characters are like Professor X, like Jean Grey, Cyclops, Gambit, Beast, Jubilee, Rogue. Am I missing someone? Give me a second, I'm gonna count this out in my head. So, I just realized I forgot Wolverine and Storm, probably like some of the most known X-Men characters out there. So that's great. I hope I didn't forget anyone else. Oh my god, I'm gonna go and rewatch the X-Men animated series intro, and I will get back with you in a second. I do believe that was all for the characters, which is good, I guess. But so my favorite characters were definitely Gambit and Rogue. Like my brother really loves Gambit, so I was like, as one younger sibling normally is, I was very like influenced by his like interests and likes. So I was like, oh, you like Gambit, I like Gambit too. Obviously, that's how it works, right? So I really liked Gambit and Rogue. Like I loved their relationship of how it was kind of like forbidden love, I guess, like the Romeo and Juliet. Like they liked each other, but she can't touch him, and he just wants to be with her, and she wants to be with anyone, but she can't. Like that's her problem. So I started researching. This is before X-Men 97 came out. I just started researching characters, watching videos, YouTube videos, like I think on YouTube there's like the origin of Gambit or the origin of blank character, and I started watching those videos, just like trying to get all this like knowledge of the X-Men because I just found them so interesting. So yeah, when X-Men 97 came out, I was like over the moon. I have right here, I tried to get both Gambit and Rogue, the figurines. I had them posed up in my little bookshelf over here. He has a card. Let's see. Uh-oh. I tried to get both him and Rogue, but Rogue sold out and was super expensive when I tried to get her. So I got Gambit like last minute too. I think he might have sold out too. And there's this little staff. But so I have him. like it's the 97, so all you can see is like big swoopy hair and stuff. But I loved the 97 show. This is a little bit embarrassing to admit, but I think I've watched it 3 or 4 times. There are certain episodes I have watched definitely 4 times. And my brother is now in college, so, and when X-Men 97 came out, he was in college too. So I felt like I had no one to talk to about this. I wish I would have started this YouTube channel earlier so I could have just rambled on about X-Men and how I felt. But I didn't have this, and I was talking to my friends about it, but I have one friend who I basically forced her to get into the Marvel movies, and now she likes them. But I was like, hey, like, you should really watch these, and they're like the Avengers and stuff like that. And I let her borrow this, and she watched it. But I think the X-Men maybe wasn't her cup of tea. Like, she watched them and she moved on. But I was so obsessed with the X-Men after 97 came out. Like, I couldn't stop. Every ounce of media on my YouTube was like a review of the episode, or just talking about like characters. And so I was just completely obsessed and infatuated with the X-Men. I tried to get everyone to watch it. I got my aunt to watch it. I tried so hard to get my friend and my other friend to watch it. I filmed videos explaining the animated series. I spent time getting, like, it was like I made like a documentary basically of the animated series so that they can just jump into 97 without having to watch like the 5 seasons of the animated series. Just dropped to his staff, and they both said they would watch it, and they did. I don't really care that much. They're still like my best friends, and they do all these other things that I ask, and I do all the things that they ask. So it's like not like that they just completely ignored me. I just think for them, one of them, superheroes is not her cup of tea. Like, she doesn't watch any superhero stuff. She doesn't watch anything Marvel. So getting her into it was a stretch. But my other friend, I think she is okay with it, but just not animated stuff. Like, I don't know. She's just not that into animated stuff. And I think she's kind of moved on past Marvel stuff. Like, she had her phase with me after I convinced her to watch everything. She had her phase with me and then moved on. So yeah, I felt like I had no one to talk to about this, and I was like going psycho. I was like, I love the X-Men so much, and I need more content. Like, I need more now. So that's when I actually started getting into comic books. My brother had been collecting for a while. I could maybe one day go through his collection of comic books. He has like omnibuses and stuff like that. But that's when I started collecting comic books, because I was so obsessed that I needed more X-Men content. Like, I was craving it. I was going wild for it. So that led me to just further just YouTube searches and comic book buying. So you've already seen most of these comics, but I'll just pull them out anyway. So this was the first one I bought. And it has like a bunch of characters on the front, and it has a bunch of different stories in it. But I just needed more X-Men content. So I would say, if I tried to like not spoil stuff, if you haven't seen anything, hopefully I did a good job at that. But so I would say, if you have really never seen X-Men related media, like, you know a little bit about them, you know maybe Wolverine and Cyclops and Professor X, but you don't know much about them, I would say watch the movies. Watch the movies. They're good. The only one I didn't really like was the New Mutants and the Dark Phoenix. Those ones weren't my favorite. But watch the one that's in here. So it'd be X-Men, X2, X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, and X-Men Apocalypse. Those are good movies, in my opinion. And then, if you want to further like your X-Men knowledge, I would say watch a like review of the X-Men 97, or not X-Men 97, the X-Men animated series. If you don't want to watch like the 5 seasons, because it's a lot of like episodes. It's 5 seasons, and I don't know how many episodes per season, but watch like a summary of that, and then watch 97. That should get you pretty good. Like, I don't know. I feel like for me, I was just so into it, and I wanted something to like. I wanted an interest, so I just kept researching and stuff. But you don't like have to go to the lengths I did, and I bet there's people out there who are like obsessed with, like I said in my last video, that the Fantastic Four. Like, I don't know much about the Fantastic Four. I've seen the movies a few times, and I know bits and pieces from media, and I've played Marvel Snap, and that helped a little bit with my knowledge. And I have one comic book that's X-Men versus the Fantastic Four, and that's actually where I got the inspiration for the question of what is the name of Reed Richards and Susan Storm's kid, Franklin, because I did not know that was his name. I didn't even know they had a kid until I read this. Let me try to find it. Oh, he's right there, first page. Got it. Franklin, right there. But yeah, I don't have much knowledge. Like, I knew Doctor Doom, which was confusing. I knew Doctor Doom, but I didn't know the Fantastic Four that well, other than like, yeah, the movies. I feel like I know more now, and yeah, my brother really likes Doctor Doom, so that also helps. But I think that is all for my crazy ramble of X-Men stuff. Oh, no. One more thing that's super embarrassing, but I'm gonna admit it anyway. I play Fortnite, right? I play Fortnite. Go figure. But there was a Marvel season way back when, during COVID, and I was so excited because like, oh, this is when me and my brother were like watching all the Marvel stuff, so I was like over the moon about it. I think the characters they had that were like X-Men related, they had Wolverine, they had Storm and Mystique, and I was like, wow, this is great. The rest of them were like, I think it was like She-Hulk and Iron Man and whatever. It doesn't matter, but this is not important. But yeah, I was so into the X-Men. When I play Fortnite, it's not that often. I play it mainly with my brother because he's in college and I want to like hang out with him and stuff. So I will. Sorry. So we play together. We play Fortnite together. I might have admitted this in my first video when I talked about my Lego Fortnite. Whatever. But I play with my brother and just like hang out and stuff. It's just like a way for us to like get like together and play a game. Because we both have played for a long time. And I bought the Rogue and Gambit bundle because I was so obsessed. In my defense, I didn't spend any money. Like, don't come for me. I didn't spend any money. I got gifted a Fortnite V-Buck like card for my birthday like 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Yeah, it was 2 years ago. My last birthday. So like this time last year. And I was like, I don't need anything like on Fortnite. I was like, this is like, what do I do with Fortnite V-Bucks? And I was like, wait, I know what to do. I'm buying these skins. Oh my god. So, yeah, as you can tell, my favorite characters are Gambit and Rogue. I'd say probably, although I do love Gambit, I'd say probably Rogue, then Gambit, and then Magic, what she really did. Just thought she looked pretty. So Magic is probably third. And then fourth is probably Psylocke. Same thing with her. I was like, when I was younger, I was like, wow, like, she's so cool. I like purple. She's purple. Who even knows? And then I'd say fifth. Fifth might have to be Angel. I really like Angel. I think he's cool. I don't know why, but I remember vividly, this was last year, during the X-Men craze, every single day in my English class, I would have to write about my day or about someone whatever topic, and she was talking about like Halloween, and I was like, oh, I really want to be Angel for Halloween, but not just like Angel, like to confuse people to look like a regular run-of-the-mill Angel. I wanted to be Angel, but Angel like in one of the movies I listed, in the scene where he is cutting off his own wings off of his back. Like, I was like, that is so badass. Which, thinking, how would I have done that? Because he's not wearing a shirt. I couldn't have been naked. But I was like, oh, that's such a cool costume. Like, because it's bloody, it's scary, and it's like something I like, X-Men related. Okay, so I have had to film this last section like 5 times. So, okay, hopefully don't get interrupted. But one thing I just like something to keep myself occupied was during the beginning of this year, I would write down a column of like letters, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way down the alphabet, and I would try to like make myself think of X-Men characters who fit into every single one of those like letters. Like I like to for A I do Angel or Apocalypse, for B I do Beast, for C I do Cyclops. Like think of different ones, and then I do it again and try to get different characters. It was you could tell I was bored. I was bored in my classes, but that's fine. But I think that's all for today. I had a lot of fun making this video because I love talking about this stuff. It's just one of those interests that I could talk about for a long time, and there's probably, well, while editing this video, there will probably be things I'm thinking like, oh, I should have said this, or I could have said that, but this video is gonna have to do a lot of editing and cutting and clipping, because I got interrupted so many times. It's not good. So this video, it will hopefully be coming out on Friday, because I'm lazy and it takes me a while to edit stuff. So hopefully Friday. So if you're seeing this, just leave a comment if you have any like fun X-Men stories, or if you're new to X-Men, I would love to give you ideas of like what to watch. But for me, I didn't start with reading the comics, and I think you'll be okay if you don't read the comics, because for the X-Men also, like, there's so much content out there of comics. I don't know where to start. Like, I'm still lost, and I don't have any issues picking up a random comic book saying, this one looks interesting, let me read it, buying it and being like, this was a fun read. Like, I feel like I have enough background knowledge to be able to do that. But yeah, dude, I also watched like a bunch of videos on which comics to buy. Like, I don't know, just a bunch of different videos. So one of my main sources of knowledge is from YouTube. So